very, very happy, very shocked. I think Rich and I, Rich is my husband, weren't expecting it, and I think due to some naivety of my own, I didn't think I'd fall pregnant so quickly because of everything I had been told in the past. So maybe we weren't as careful as we should be. So when a doctor says to you the pill will take 3 to 6 months to come out of your system, or maybe more because you fly, I fell pregnant 3.5 weeks after coming off of my pill, after being on and not having a period for nearly 12 years. So what I want to say to you all is to be careful, especially as you're younger as well, and you know, if you want to do those things, that's absolutely fine. If you're in a good relationship, you don't feel pressurized, but having a baby is one of the scariest thoughts I have ever dealt with, and it's more to the point that I think to myself, I have to grow up now, I have to be an adult, I have to not be selfish. I have a child in my stomach growing every day, and I think to myself that you have to be so careful because it is such a big responsibility. So don't be as naive as me and think, oh, you know, I'll be fine. And also, the more and more I read on these websites, there's so many people that don't even know they're pregnant, and now I can almost see, you know, I was like 9 weeks when I found out. Didn't even really have a clue. So yeah. So this is my part 2 of finding out I was pregnant, which was crazy. But what I wanted to do now is to stop talking like in my first one about how, you know, be careful that you don't fall pregnant, because although we are financially stable, we're in both good jobs, and we just bought a new house, thank God. You know, crazy blessing, and it's so exciting, especially like I said in my first one, how I was told that I would have quite a difficult time conceiving, and pop out the air, I've been so blessed and very, very excited. So now what I wanted to talk to you all about was what to do after you find out you're pregnant, because I really don't find, or I really haven't found, that being a first-time mum, you actually get that much support. Like, a lot of the things that I have found out have been due to researching on the internet or asking friends who are midwives or work in that maternity antenatal sort of line of work. Okay, so you've done your pregnancy test, which has come back positive, and you're like, shit, I'm pregnant, and wow, oh my god, this is amazing. So the next thing that you need to do is, if you want to go to your doctor, then you book an appointment with your doctor, and you go along, and I was really surprised that they didn't actually retest me, that she didn't actually get me to do another test, which I thought was really strange, because I could have just imagined that. I imagined that it had become positive, and you know, it's quite a long wait, like, especially if you were only like 2 or 3 weeks and found out you're pregnant. You've got to wait until you're 12 weeks to see a midwife, so it can be a bit daunting and scary. So at this point, when I found out, I was quite far gone, so I was like 9 weeks, and I didn't know how far gone I was, because I was just like, I'm so confused, I don't know what's going on, I don't know when dates, etc. So I was told to go for an early scan, and I'm just trying to find you my little photo of my little... So I went along to my first scan with Rich, and this is what our little flimper looked like. Look how tiny the little baby is. It looks like a little peanut. So that was my first scan photo, and it was so small. So from that from that tiny little pea that was like that small, they worked out I was like 9 weeks. So yeah, I was 9 weeks pregnant, and then they obviously said to me that you need to make sure that you take your folic acid, and that's what the doctor prescribed to me when I went and saw her. That's one of the useful things that she actually turned around and said to me. You take your folic acid, and your folic acid is brilliant because it prevents you know, horrible illnesses like spina bifida, etc. So it's very, very, very important that you take your folic acid every single day. I also went and bought Pregnacare, which is a multivitamin for pregnant ladies. It's got everything that you need inside it, and it was really, really good. I took that every day. I think there's like quite a few variants that you can buy, but I bought those and have been taking them ever since. Actually, you can actually stop your folic acid after your 12 weeks, but your midwife or your sonograph person will, sonographer I think it's, why can't I think, my memory, your yeah, you know who I'm talking about, the person that does your scan will advise you on that. So after you've seen your midwife and you go for your first scan, and then you see how far gone you are, and then you will be booked in for your 12-week scan, which is your fun scan, and you get to check everything is okay and see the baby. And in 3 weeks, I just want to show you quickly the difference. Why do I keep losing it? So obviously this was at 9 weeks, and this is 12 weeks. Like, how crazy is that change in 3 weeks? Crazy. So off we went to have our 12-week scan, and look at her little legs. You get lots and lots of different photos. You get quite a few, and then they go through with you your risks, and they take a good measurement of the baby, just make sure everything's okay. So that's on the 12-week, and it's very, very scary. I found my 12-week scan, I didn't actually sleep before my 9-week, because I was so scared that something was going to be wrong. And obviously I had quite, I'm not a huge drinker, but my wedding, my hen do, etc., I had been drinking, and also smoking as well, which really worried me, because I thought, oh shit, I am now 10 weeks free nicotine, 10 weeks nicotine free, and I've cold turkeyed it, nothing. I don't even smoke my electronic cigarette, nothing, and I feel fine, absolutely fine. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I do crave a cigarette, and I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't, but I'm not going to when there's a bubba in me. So yeah, that was the midwife. So my 12-week scan, you go and check the baby's okay, and then from that really you have a blood test, and your blood test determine you know, your normal iron and glucose levels, and also the baby, and they also check on risks for Down syndrome, etc. So there's quite a lot going on in your 12 weeks. Your little baby is, you know, in there all quite snug and making a little home for it. And so yeah, and then the next few weeks, your 12 weeks, you should start to feel a little bit better. I mean, I was napping like daily. I was having a nap like every day, and going to the toilet so much for a wee. So those were like my main symptoms, and it was ham, cheese and pickle sandwiches every single day with pate and spaghetti hoops. Pate and spaghetti hoops, which you're not allowed to eat pate. So you're not allowed to eat pate, and I was pate and spaghetti hoops like every single day till I was about I don't know, like 5 weeks, 6 weeks. So that's quite bad, but never mind, it's all good, fingers crossed. And then it went to avocado with scrambled egg. just crazy stuff what your body wants. And now it's vinegar, bloody hell. But I'm at that point now. I'm 17 weeks and I almost feel like I'm cool. I feel much better now. Apart from my skin has been awful. Like, I cannot explain to you how bad my skin has been. And I've never suffered from bad skin, thankfully, and that, you know, it's a blessing. And I fall pregnant and my skin's horrendous. So yeah, all those exciting things to come if you're expecting or planning a baby. So my mum actually told me that I should start a journal on the baby, just because you forget so much, and it's so true. Like, little things when I talk about it, I think, oh my god, yeah, I did feel that, or oh yeah, I did want that. So I bought the Baby Bee Pregnancy Journal, Oh So Clever Diary Planner and Notes. And I bought this off of Amazon, and it comes like this. And it's really cute, and inside you've got, you know, how you're feeling, emergency numbers, foods to avoid. So foods to avoid, I wrote pate, blue cheeses, runny eggs, tuna, shellfish, mackerel, pasteurized milk, deli foods and salami. Now deli foods confused me a little bit because I was eating ham every single day, and I was like, well, that ham is a deli food, but I don't care because I wanted ham, and that is what I wanted. Then it goes through week by week, and you can write how you felt, what you've been up to, cravings, appointments, and also it tells you like the baby size. So at 5 weeks, the baby's the size of a peppercorn. 7 weeks, the baby's the size of a blueberry. Small. And week 9, my cravings were bagels. It was bagels with ham, cheese, dairy lease bread, which you are allowed, and apples. Apples was a massive one. I also had my scan at 9 o'clock that morning on 7th of July. 7th of July? Yeah, 7th of July. Yeah, so basically you can just write how you're feeling. Oh, I need to write a few more weeks. How you're feeling, what you've been up to, and then you've got a planning section and queries for your midwife, notes, names you like, baby shower gift ideas, more notes, thoughts and feelings, birth plan, considerations, concerns, more notes, and then you've got the early days, what the baby weighed, health visitor questions, routine. I just thought this was going to be a really lovely little journal to look back at, and for the baby to read one day. And when, you know, they're expecting a child, hopefully in the future, then they can read it and think, oh my gosh, this is what my mum felt. So I just thought, you know, that was a really nice idea, and I'm really glad that I'm doing that. And also I've been putting like the little scan photos into it so that, you know, they're all there, ready to be read in the future, which I just thought was a really nice idea. So definitely recommend getting a baby journal, because I think it was only like, does it say on here? I think I paid like £6.99 for it, and you know, it will last you forever. So now that I'm out of the first trimester and I'm into my second trimester, my next appointment for my 20-week scan at the hospital is in September, and before that I actually have a midwife appointment next week where I get to hear the heartbeat of the little baby. Rich and I have decided we're not going to find out what we want, what we're having. This room that I'm in at the moment we've actually kept very plain and simple, because this will be the baby's room. So I'm going to have to find a new filming den, and purposely we haven't done anything to it because obviously we found out only after a couple of weeks that I was pregnant. So we've left it very plain and simple, and this will be baby's room. And I'm going to make sure that I do a nursery vlog video because I've got some really cute ideas, and it's really difficult when you don't find out what you're having. I can completely understand why people find out, because I find that I've told everybody no clothes, because I do not want thousands of grey, brown, white and yellow clothes. So no clothes until he or she is here, and I just think on my first one I want it to be a surprise. So scary. Lastly, before I finish this video, I just wanted to speak to everybody about the feeling of slightly depressed when I found out I was pregnant. It's been really hard to talk about this because I've had a lot of people say to me, you don't understand how blessed you are. There's people out there that can't even fall pregnant, and I 100% get that. I was one of those people that was told it was going to be difficult to conceive, and so I am completely aware of that feeling. However, I think it's really important to take note of people's feelings as well. You know, I had gone from a very sociable job where I was away a lot, 5 days a week, 2 days at home. I was sitting on a beach, I was tanned, I was sociable, I was enjoying life, you know, I would drink and go for dinner and enjoying my life to that extent, to all of a sudden I've found out I'm pregnant and I'm home every day. And it was such a shock on my system. I have 360 degreed my life, and I think it's hard for men because they don't quite understand you know, what we're going through as women when we are pregnant. There's so much change in ourselves, in, you know, our bodies. I was one of those people who had to be careful what I ate, 100%, but at the same time I never really worried too much what I look like. And I've noticed so much, like my boobs have gone from 34C to a 36 double DE, and it just throws my whole body off of balance. I'm bloated. I'm still not showing yet. If you look on my Instagram, you will see that photos. Hello, Holly. You will see photos of my baby bump progress, and I'm still not showing just yet. But my body is changing massively. My hips have got bigger, and it's also comments from people where they don't mean to say stuff, but you know, like, oh yeah, you have put on weight, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't think I put on that much weight. Or comments like from my lovely husband that say, it must be really awkward when people just look at you because they just think you're fat at the moment, they don't know you're pregnant. So little comments like that, and I'm just like, cheers. So yeah, I have actually struggled a little bit and thought, shit, you know, this is a massive life changer, and not once would I consider ever getting rid of my baby. But I think people need to understand as well that it's not all sunshine and roses. Some people love pregnancy and they love being pregnant, the feeling. I personally think it's terrifying, the fact that you have this baby inside you, you don't really know if everything's okay for a long period of time, and I have been so worried to do so much that I think it's important that people understand these feelings as well, because I don't think too many people talk about it, which is sad, because they feel like, from what I've spoken to people, they feel almost like they would be acting selfish to say that because of those people that can't fall pregnant, which I completely agree with. You know, it's one of those things. We are very, very grateful, and that's what I can say. I'm so grateful, like I'm so blessed. You don't understand how blessed I am. I still think it's too good to be true, but you know, my life has changed dramatically, and I'll embrace it, and I'll be the best mum I can possibly be, but it has taken me a little while, and you know, it will take me, you know, each person's different, everybody's different. So that is what I wanted to speak to you all about. But I'm going to end my video here for my part 2, and I am going to go and eat something. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to go and eat something. I'm going to go and just chill out, and I will be doing lots more baby bits and bobs. I want to sort of take you through my whole journey. Everything's a little bit like at the moment, but once when I get my little bump, when I start showing, because I can't wear bloody maternity clothes at the moment, that's going to be a video about maternity clothes, because they are shocking. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions then post them below. If you want to keep an eye on what's going on my little pregnancy journey, if you want to see my like bump pics, because luckily I've been taking them for a while, then you can follow me on Instagram at Tasha Parker RR. It should be across now, and also on Twitter at TashiPX. And like I said, if anybody has found out they're pregnant, congratulations. If you're trying, don't give up. It will happen. And any advice or questions, you know, I'm not a fertility expert, but from what I've gone through so far, if you want any advice or questions, then just let me know. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, give it a like and a thumbs up. If you subscribe to my channel if you want to watch more, and yeah, take care, bye.